All right, so first things first, let's create our React app. Let's write npm create with latest. We're going to choose React and JavaScript. Install with npm and start now. No. And then we're going to install npm separately, npm I. Very good. Now our node modules folder is installed. So let's go to our vidconfig.js, and here we're gonna actually add a server, and then we're gonna add a port 3000. And this way, if I npm run, let me clear this, and if I run npm run dev, you can see that my React app is running on port 3000. This is the way I just prefer. So this is my React app, and let's install Tailwind CSS for our project. So Tailwind Vit, you have to just type Tailwind Vit in Google, and then the first link, you're going to click on it. And then here you can see that the instruction is very clear. First, you need to run this command on your terminal, npm install Tailwind CSS. And I'm going to copy this, and let's stop the project using Control-C. And I'm going to paste the command here and enter. Very good. Now, for the second step, we're going to have to go to the vit.config.js, and at the top of the file, we're going to copy this link, import Tailwind CSS from Tailwind Vit. So let's put it here, and then you have to also copy this Tailwind CSS and put it next to this React here. Very good. And also, you need to copy this import Tailwind CSS and paste it into your CSS file right here. Let's go to src and let's go to index.css, erase everything inside that and paste it right here. That's it. We're all set up. And let's go to app.css. Actually, let's delete app.css because we don't need it. And let's delete assets. We don't need it as well. Very good. Now let's npm run dev again. So let's refresh. It says, yeah, it says that the assets folder is not there. Let's go to app.jsx and delete everything inside app.jsx, and let's create our React snippets using RAFCE. So this is our React snippets. Now, if I take a look at my page, I can see that this app is right here. And let's just test our Tailwind CSS code. For example, text to XL. And then let me just try 5XL. And text red 500. So you can see that our Tailwind code is working perfectly. Very good. Now I'm gonna let me enter. Now this is the div, and inside that div I'm gonna erase this div, and inside that I'm gonna write bg slate 100 and main height screen, and flex items should be center, and justify should be center as well. So this is the first div. And inside that div, I'm going to create another one, and I'm going to give it a class name of max with MD, BG white, and rounded should be 2XL, and a shadow large, and overflow should be hidden. So inside that, we're going to create an image tag, and yeah, I don't have the image right now, so I'm gonna bring it from my hard drive. So this is the picture I'm gonna use. You can use any picture you want. It's better to be 16:9 that fits fits a YouTube video. So you can use whatever picture you like, doesn't matter. So I'm gonna give it pic.png. So you can see that my picture is right here. And let's give it an alternative of React course. And let's give it a class name of height 62 and a width full and object cover. Okay, very good. Now under that image, let me just separate my elements image. Under that image, let's create a title, and that title should be a div, and that div should have a class name of p6, and inside that I'm going to create a span, and that span should have the class name of text sm, and it should have the text blue and 600, and font should be semi-bold. Inside that, I'm going to write front end development. So this is the way it is. It's not actually the title. Let's say it's the tag, not the title. So, or I don't know, whatever it is. And now under that, I'm going to have my title. Under that span, I'm going to have a h2, and it's going to be create a slider with swiper.js, and it's going to have the class name of text2xl. Font should be bold, and margin top should be 2. Now we have our title here. This is a tag category. You can call it whatever you like. And let's say content. I don't know. I'm not sure what to call it. So then let's give it a p tag, and that p tag should be text gray 600 and a margin top of 3. And let's give it a, I don't know, learn React from scratch and build modern web applications using, you can use lorem ipsum, but I'm just willing to write something relative. Components, hooks, and state management. Yeah, that's what I would like to write. So under that p tag, let's have a div, which is gonna be our star container. So let's write here that this is our star container, and inside that div I'm going to give it a class name of margin top of 6 and a border t and a padding top of 4. So border t means border top. And then let's give it a, inside that div, we're going to create a p tag, and that p tag should be how would you rate this course? So this p tag should have the class name of font medium. How would you rate this course? So now under that p tag, let's create a div, and this div should have a class name of flex and gap2 and text4xl, and we're gonna give it, actually, let's give it a button. Now inside that button, we're gonna put a star. All you have to do is to just search for it, and you can find it in Google. You can just write star sign or something like that. It's very easy. So I put a star here, and you can see that the star is staying right there, and I have to just give it a class name of text yellow 400. For now, I want to make the star yellow, but later we're gonna make it gray if the stars are not selected. So I'm gonna create 5 of them, copy 5 of them, and you can see that there are 5 stars here. And under that div of buttons, your stars, you can see stars, and under that stars div, there's going to be a p tag with rating 3 out of 5, and let's give it a class name, margin top 3, text gray 500. I think would be enough. Yeah, very good. And I think that's pretty much it. But later we're gonna actually add something else, but for now I think that's enough. So we have actually our UI, the UI to our project. Now let's write the React code to make this star rating actually work. So to do that, we're gonna go up above our project, right here under this const app, and let's enter a few times. So I'm going to create I'm going to use state hook const rating set rating, and it's equal to use state. And if you enter, you can see that use state is imported up above the page, up above the app.jsx, and inside that I'm gonna give it a default of 0. So it's a number, and by default it's 0. And the const hover and set hover, again we're gonna set it to use state, and again it's gonna be 0 by default. And then I'm gonna create an array of messages, and it's gonna be first, and it's gonna be an array of strings. The first element should be index 0, should be an empty string. Then I'm gonna give it a terrible. Then let's give it a bad, and then average. This is actually the name of the stars. So star number 1 terrible, 2 bad, 3 average, and star number 4 is going to be good. And if they give it a 5-star, it's gonna be excellent. If they do nothing, nothing should be actually displayed here. So for our next step to make this stars work, we need to go to this we need to go to this stars, to this div, and we need to enter here, and let's open and close curly braces, and inside that curly braces we're going to open and close brackets, and then we're going to give it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to map them using the keyword of star. And then we're going to open parentheses right here, and now inside that parentheses we're going to bring in 1 button. So I'm going to cut it and put it right here. So the other buttons can be simply deleted. You can just delete them, and then you can see that again we have 5 buttons. If I just erase 1 number here and 2 numbers, you can see that we have 3 numbers. So using that, using actually 5 numbers, we have here 5 stars. So this is the first step I needed to take. And then let's go inside the button tag, the opening button tag here, and let me enter. Let me bring down the class names, and let's give it a key of star, because star is our key. We're going to say on click. What it should do, on click, it should actually set rating to star, and on mouse enter means when we take our mouse, actually hover our mouse inside the stars. So on mouse enter, it should set hover again to star, and on mouse leave, if we actually bring out our mouse, it's gonna set hover to its default number, which is 0. So now it is working, but we're not seeing it because we need to actually tell React what to do with this class name. So I'm going to simply erase this class name here, and I'm going to erase these curly braces. I'm going to open and close brackets. Sorry, not brackets, curly braces, and then use backticks and type text for XL, and it should have a transition and duration should be 150. And here I'm going to use a $sign and open and close curly braces, and I say if star is less than or equal to the hover or rating, then what should you do? The text should be yellow and 400. Otherwise, the text should be, sorry, the first one, this colon is not supposed to be there. Otherwise, text should be gray and 300. So you can see that this condition simply says that if I enter my mouse inside the stars, it depends on which star I'm hovering. They actually, you can see that they are getting gold, and if I leave them, they get gray. If I leave the whole entire section, you can see that they are gray again, like this. And if I click on one star, like 2, like 3, it stays there. It doesn't matter if I actually bring out my mouse, because I clicked on the star. So very good. Now we need to actually make this rating work, this number, and we're going to also show this result under this rating. So let's go to the rating. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is to delete this 3 and open curly braces and type rating. That's all. Now, if you can see that the rating is 0 because it is 0 by default, as you can see. But if I now choose 3, the rating is 3. If I choose 5, it's 5, 2, 4, and so on. Now I want to show one of these messages, so let's go under that p tag. Let's create another one. What under the condition rating, if it is greater than 0, what should you do? You should actually create a p tag, and in this p tag, which has a class name of text blue 500 and a margin top of 1, you're going to actually display the message according to the rating. So let me refresh and let's choose 3. Sorry, we have an error. Where did I go wrong? Ace's message is not defined. Yes, because I actually defined it as messages, not message. So here, as you can see, I wrote messages. So let's try it again. Now, if I choose 3, you can see that here we have average. If I choose 5, we have excellent. If I choose 1, we have terrible. So we actually did it. it was very simple. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked the video, if it was useful to you, please like, hit the subscribe button, and follow my videos. Thank you so much.